Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Vertebreak, WFC-K3. Here he is in his alt mode, Bones. And this looks like the Nemesis, maybe? I'm not too sure. Very cool getting a new character. And over here you can see 14 steps to transform. Okay, let's get Vertebreak out of the package. Here is Vertebreak out of the package. He comes with his instruction sheet here. You can see it's a nice bright green color. Makes it very easy to understand the instructions. His weapon, which presumably becomes his tail in beast mode or skeleton mode. And Vertebreak himself. Let's take a closer look at the robot here. Let's focus it. Very nice head sculpt. You can see on the chest there's a Predacon symbol. Very tiny, but it's stamped on very nicely. I am actually digging the head style for this figure. It looks different from other Transformer designs in a way, but maybe they are different being a fossilizer. I'm assuming he's a fossilizer. I know he's not the type of fossilizer that breaks apart and becomes armor and weapons, but definitely looks like a fossil. Now, it's a little hard to tell, but it has multiple colors of plastic. You can see it's a dark brown here and a more darkish gray or closer to black here. But sometimes the colors get muted out together, being that they are both dark, but they are molded in different colored plastics. You can see on the bottom there is some airbrushing on the toes on the brown plastic, so some paint apps on it. Take a look at the back here. For what it is, for the robot mode, it's pretty clean, but you know, he is basically all bones. Again, I'm really liking the style of the head sculpt, and the red in the eyes come out very well. Moving on to articulation of the figure, the head can only move left and right this much because this part blocks it from going a full 360. The arms can technically rotate 360, but this part blocks it from being a straight rotation. It is on a ball joint though, so you can go up like this. The elbow is on a ball joint, can bend this much, and of course rotate. There is no wrist articulation and there is no waist articulation. The legs are on a ball joint as well, so he can do the splits, and he can kick this far up and this far back. Very flexible. He can bend at the knee this much, and the feet are on a ball joint, so he does have a bit of articulation there as well. Well, that's pretty much it. There is no thigh rotation. Still, for a figure this small, it is very well articulated. Let's put the weapon in his hand so he can hold the weapon like so here. Some kind of flexible sword. Also, according to the instructions, you can mount the weapon here as well. It sticks a bit, but I think I'd rather have it in the hand. One thing interesting about Vertebreak, unlike Core Class, Rat Trap, and Optimus Prime, he has a standard 5mm hole, so he can actually hold larger Transformers weapons. Over here he has Earthrise Prowl's weapon, but his weapon comes with a 5mm diameter peg as well as a 3mm diameter peg, so the weapon can be held also by Rat Trap. A little bit of inconsistency though in the Core Class figures. Now, one thing I just noticed, the symbol on his instructions seem to be like a modified Predacon symbol. I'm curious if this is because he's a fossilizer type of Predacon, but very interesting. Okay, let's get Vertebreak transformed into his beast mode. Here is Vertebreak in his beast mode or fossil mode because he's all bones. Actually, very cool looking. I'd be very interested to know what kind of character he is. Like if he's an army building type of character, I wouldn't mind grabbing a few of these. Looks to be very fun. No articulation in the hands for this mode, but definitely you get the same articulation in the legs because basically his robot legs become his beast legs. You do get some articulation in the mouth. Can open up all the way like so, which is very cool for a figure this small. But other than that, that's all the articulation you're going to get. It's basically the legs and the mouth. Go up and down. Still very cool, but I probably will end up dry brushing this because the dark colors just really hide the detail. And for some size comparisons, here he is next to Siege Covert Clone, Siege Ironhide, and Kingdom Rat Trap. Okay, let's get Vertebreak back to his robot mode for my final thoughts. So my final thoughts on core class Vertebreak. Well, overall, I'm pretty pleased. Honestly, when they first announced these fossilizers, I wasn't too impressed on the concept. I thought it would be kind of lame. But now that I have this guy in hand, I'm actually liking it a lot. I like the design. I mean, it does have its limitations being a very small figure. But overall, I think in terms of articulation, they got enough points of articulation for a figure of this size. I do like the head sculpt. Looks different enough for me that in my mind it seems like a different race of Transformers. Who knows? I don't know, maybe it's just in my mind, but I do like the head sculpt a lot. If there was a fault for this figure, I think the colors are too close in my eyes that they seemed washed out with each other. It would have been nicer if they were a bit more distinct. But other than that, really like the figure. Probably will pick a couple more up and customize them into different characters. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.